I got my first client less than 30 days after starting my copywriting business, and the TLDR of this is that I sent a shit ton of cold emails. But essentially what I did was I was sending a lot of emails out. I bought a domain, so first of all, I looked a little bit more legit. But also I personalized the message. I actually took the time to read about their business and let them know that I understood what they were trying to do. I knew how to get them results, and obviously I mentioned their name and all everything like that, the obvious things. But I also included a couple jokes, showed that I was a human. Believe it or not, people actually care about you looking like a human. They don't want to see that you look like a bot or anything like that. And then at the end, I presented them with an offer that was very easy to say yes to. And in my case, it was if I wrote you a free email sample, would you be willing to take a look? And that's a really easy offer to say yes to, because it's just, are you willing to take a look? You're not committing to anything else. You're asking for a very easy yes in a situation where it's very easy for them to say no, right? You're just asking, hey, would you be willing to take a look at it if I sent you this free thing? And now a lot of people will go straight for the pitch or whatever, but it's a lot easier to just do something for free up front and actually gain that trust, because they don't trust you, especially from email. From DM, you can maybe get a little bit further, especially if you have some content and they can go watch your content, which is what I'm doing now. That's kind of my new strategy, which I'll talk about in a second. But for me, over email, I was like, okay, I have to find a way to get people to look at my work without making them click a link or something, something that nobody's actually going to care enough to do, right? So that's why I decided to offer a free email sample. And when I did that, to be very straightforward, if I were going back, what I would do is just send them the sample. I wouldn't even ask them if they're willing to take a look. I would just send it straight away. So that's kind of my whole tactic, and that one email started my entire business. And granted, I sent a ton to get to that point, but that was probably within my first 100 emails or so that I ended up getting a client. So not horrible. 1% is about standard for cold email. I've had way worse results before than that, so that worked out for me. But the whole lesson about starting a business that I have learned from that is that you don't need all these systems, you don't need all these fancy things. It really can just start from one email. And the way that I'm going about it now, which I said I would say before, and I have another video about this to be clear, but what I'm going to be doing is combining content with my cold DMs, my cold emails, because I'll actually have things of myself and showing my expertise online in combination with pitching people. And like I said in my other video, I also am getting inbound leads where people are coming to me because they already watched my content. And this is my new strategy that's been working very well, but granted, it takes a long time to build. So at the very beginning, just straight up cold email, very simple. Just say, hey, first name, and then mention a few things about their business. Show that you actually took the time to look at what they're doing and everything like that. A lot of people do this completely wrong. They do a terrible job. They're like, I really like your videos talking about the importance of business. Like, no, that is not good. It's not good. Like for me, I was reaching out to dog trainers, a very random niche, but I was just trying to find random niches. But I was talking to them and I was mentioning, oh, hey, thanks for that tip about how to get your dogs to stop barking like that dog just did right there. Anyway, if I sent you a free email sample, would you be willing to take a look, or are you doing anything with email? And I know some of these aren't super crazy standout. And a lot of the time, if there's somebody that I'm confident will see my message, I'll just send it to them straight away. But that is how I got my first client. That's how I got started. So hopefully that's useful or inspirational or gets somebody to take some action. But either way, that kind of spawned my entire business. And I hope it does the same for someone else.